Hey there, welcome. It's Melissa Benaroya with Childproof Parenting Live, and today we are talking Mother's Day. We are talking about self-care and the importance of taking care of yourself first as a way of being selfless. Yes, this is not about being selfish, it's about being selfless. And knowing that in caring for yourself, you are caring for your family. If you sacrifice your well-being, your health, your needs, it is to nobody's benefit, absolutely nobody's benefit, because you are not going to be the best parent possible. You are not going to show up with energy and patience and love and be able to use all of the parenting tools and skills that you've invested in. So I really want to encourage you today to think about what you need, or if you're not a mother, what the mothers in your life needs, and know that in order for them to be the best partner and friend and sister and mother, that self-care has to come first. And I'm saying come first, not that you should go to the spa first thing in the morning or ignore your children, but that if you are not on the list of priorities every day, you are going to feel depleted at the end of the day, and that makes you no good for anybody. So two things I wanted to point out. Number one, I wrote a blog post that I shared with you this week, and it's about self-care and how it's a win-win for the whole family. I just like probably everybody else refer to the analogy of the oxygen mask on an airplane. If you do not put your oxygen mask on before you put your child's on, you may be no good to that child, okay? And that's why they tell you put yours on first so you can be there to continue to care for your child. Otherwise, who knows what's gonna happen? And probably not good things. So on the blog post, I also listed places to look for some self-care. So maybe it's not a habit of yours these days. I wanted to give you some places to look. So I'm not telling you what to do, but just some general places. And maybe it's going back to things you used to do for yourself before you had kids. Maybe it's picking up that hobby or taking time for yourself. One thing that I want to note that I don't talk about on this blog post is the importance of first owning it, that you deserve this, you have a right to this self-care. And it's not just on Mother's Day, okay? This is something we should be doing daily, weekly, monthly, yearly for ourselves. And it's not just one thing, but it should be a list of things that we do to care for ourselves. And if we are not clear with those in our lives, we're probably not going to get those needs met, because many times we rely on others to get our needs met. So I normally, this is the first year I haven't taught either the Childproof Parenting or the Mommy Matters course this time of year. This is usually the week we talk about partner relationships, and that in order for us to have strong connections with our partners, we need to meet each other's needs. And quite honestly, men are a whole lot better at getting their needs met than women are. For whatever reason, women feel the need that they have to save face, they don't deserve it. And what I'm going to tell you now is that if we aren't clear, if we aren't concrete about what our needs are, then we're probably not going to get them met. I guarantee, I would say 99% of you do not have a partner that is a mind reader. And if you are not clear and concrete, you're probably not going to get what it is, or you're probably not going to do what you would like on Mother's Day. So we need to be advocates for ourselves. In addition to our children and our families, we have to advocate for ourselves. And I learned this the hard way of many years of hoping my husband would pick up on some of my hints. That were failed attempts. They were miserable times, I have to be honest. I've been with my husband for over 20 years now, so I've had lots of practice and I've had lots of screw-ups. And if I'm not clear and concrete, I'm usually pretty disappointed. So, and many times I will just say specifically what it is I want to do that day, or what I would like, or how I like to be honored as a mother. Sometimes I just do what it is I want. So there have been many years that I just say, you know what I really want is to be alone. And that is okay. I spend every day of my life with my kids. And if there's a day for me, I want to be by myself or I want to be with friends. So these are things that fill me up so I can be more present and loving and patient with my kids and my partner. And they realize that you are better when you are taken care of, and they do want to give this time to you. So don't feel bad that you say that you'd like time away from them. If that is what you truly want, if that's what you truly need, then that is perfectly okay. And you're going to do everybody a disservice by not being clear, by not asking for what you need. So for example, this year, I really wanted to get a massage, and my husband has been traveling a ton, not around, didn't even really remember it was Mother's Day. I hope he's not watching. Forgot it was Mother's Day. And so this week I told him, hey, by the way, I made an appointment for a massage for myself on Saturday. Mother's Day is on Sunday, just FYI, which of course he did not remember because he's flying out of town that day. And I told him he might want to think about his mom and his grandmother, but I've got myself covered. I'm good. I've got plans with my girlfriends. I've got a massage, and I'm happy. And in doing so, he knows that, you know, it'd be nice for him to do something as well, but I'm not disappointed. I'm not relying on anybody else to get my needs met. Yes, he will do something sweet. Yes, my kids will probably write a very sweet card, and I appreciate all of that. But really the things that I really want, I did for myself, and that's okay. And they appreciate it too. Hi, Khadija. It's so nice to see you. I just saw you pop in here all the way from Morocco, if I remember correctly. I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you are celebrating Mother's Day in Morocco, but I'd love to hear if you do have a day like this in your culture, in your country. What are some of the rituals that you have and some of the things that you enjoy doing for yourself? Because I think you have pretty young kiddos. So if you have a chance, I'd love for you to pop in and share some of that. But kind of going back to my point of being thoughtful, intentional about what you need, being very concrete. And this isn't going in and making demands. Hi, this is my dog who's barking at the painters, so she's in the office with me right now. This isn't about making demands and telling your family what they need to do to you to appreciate you. It's being kind and loving and saying, this is what would fill me up. This is what is going to help me feel appreciated. And so I think just asking in a kind, loving way, but not saying like, I'd love to exercise, you know, like, oh, great, you should exercise. Not, I want to go from 10 to 11:30 to dance church with my friends, which means I need you to take the kids to their lacrosse games and make sure they get breakfast and lunch. So being concrete about exactly what you need is going to increase the likelihood that your needs get met. Because even if you say, I want to go exercise in the morning, then maybe somebody's expecting you to feed them before you leave and make it home on time for lunch. So be really clear and concrete. And sometimes that requires others to actually do things to allow you to get what you need or do what it is that you want to do. So I encourage you, don't hesitate to put it out there. You are probably not in a relationship with a mind reader. So please do not rely on that. It's not going to happen. Even after 20 plus years with my husband, he's not reading my mind. He's not tuning in. I have to actually tell him, when I give you a clue, I will tell you, and you should write it down. You should remember these things. So when it does come time and you want to buy me a gift, I've already told you. So that may not work for you and your partner, but what I have seen in my experience in working with couples and working with families, especially moms, is the more we're clear about what we want for ourselves first and communicate it clearly, the better it is for everybody, absolutely everybody. So I would love to hear from you what it is that you've either planned for yourself, you've asked for concretely, or plan to ask for this Mother's Day. And if you're a dad, we've got Father's Day coming up next month here in the United States as well. So please participate and throw in what it is that you would like for Father's Day, or what it is you're going to do to acknowledge and appreciate the mothers in your life. All right, everybody, I just wanted to pop in, wish you a happy Mother's Day. I also want to make sure that you know that as my gift to you, I wanted to give you a discount on the emotion coaching course. Emotion coaching is a tool that helps parents problem solve with their kids, and in doing so gives kids the skills to problem solve on their own. So my course comes from John Gottman's work on emotional intelligence and emotion coaching, and I'd love to be able to share that with you. So I include below the code so you can get 20% off the emotion coaching course, which will be valid through this Sunday evening, since Mother's Day ends Sunday evening. So please, if that is something that you need, take advantage, or maybe just send the code to your partner or your mother or your friend, and so they can buy it for you or maybe themselves. All right, everybody, once again, happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week on Childproof Parenting Live. Take care. Bye for now.